Hi and welcome to Pilates. Our prop today is our foam roller. If you don't have a foam roller, take a bath towel, roll it up, put some tape around this one. It's a bit like Blue Peter for those of you old enough to remember one I prepared earlier. So that's what you can use because we are going to lie along the roller. We want to use it as a point of contact. Obviously it's a choice and when we're lying on the roller, you could be lying flat on the floor. Okay, but useful to do with the prop because we've chosen it as a bit of a teaching aid to help you explore and make different connections into your body. So I'm going to put the makeshift one off to the side. The makeshift one actually, if your back was feeling a bit sensitive, a bit tender, then that's a kind of a softer option. So, always kind of bear that in mind. So I'm going to put my roller on the mat. I'm going to come around and have my legs outstretched and feel that I have the roller just kind of at the base of my shoulder blades. Okay, and so it's allowing me to kind of curl up. I've got some space here between my low back and my pelvis. And I'm going to just pause here, making sure that I feel that that's comfortable. Good, so I'm looking forward and I'm going to work with my arms. So I'm going to take a breath in and float those arms up and just kind of circle around. So right away with this class, we're challenging our positional awareness. We're not lying flat on the mat, being supported. Good. And as I move those arms, that's all that I want to move. I don't want to be moving into my trunk. That comes later. So now just exploring where I can take my arms. If you feel that as you take the arms overhead, you're starting to arc, then you're not keeping that control. So rein in the arm movement, okay? So it might be that you're doing small circles like this, because if you start to go further behind the head, if you start to go wider, you feel a bit that you're moving on that roller. So you explore. And let's pause with those arms, hands just in line with the shoulders. So this time, I'm going to kind of reach up with one arm. So I feel that roller, that I come off it almost, but I'm still glued to it on the other side, so it's not going to move. Then I come back, I feel that I'm centered on it. I'm going to press with that other side. One last one. I'm going to float those arms, circle them around, and scoop myself up off the roller. Nice work. Okay, now it may well have moved slightly, so that's the opportunity now to just bring it back into position, so it's back at my shoulder blades. So this time I'm going to give my head and neck a little bit of support by creating that hammock. Remember with the hammock, we want the wide elbows, we want to feel that we've kind of gently tuck the chin back, that the head is relaxed into the arms. Now this focuses at your breastbone, so it's about the chest. So I'm lifting the breastbone and just beginning to arc back, sinking the breastbone back onto the roller. Notice I'm keeping the relationship between my head and neck the same. So I'm putting a hand in here to represent that right peach. So notice as I go back, my head doesn't drop. Keeping the relationship, right peach in place. Focusing on the mid-back, how the breastbone lifts, how the breastbone sinks. It lifts and sinks. Good. Now this next one we're going to start to add those arms in. So we lift the breastbone, we find that we're in an arc. We take our hands away, we scoop them, come round, peel up. Good. We're going to melt back down, depending what your surface is like. If the roller doesn't stay in place, put a hand back, get hold of it. Good. I'm going to make the hammock. I'm going to arc. I'm going to reach, scoop, and come up. Coming under. Feel yourself melting down, making landfall with the roller. Hands behind the head, lifting the breastbone. Reaching those arms out. Circling them around. Coming right back up. Good. Tuck. Hands. Lift. Out behind. Scoop around. And come up. Good, so we're melting. Taking your time. Hands behind the head, support. Lifting through the breastbone. Keeping head and neck connection. Pausing. Knowing that your head can support itself. Reaching out, scooping up. And we'll go for one last one. Nice work. Good. So let's stay tall this time. Give our back a bit of a break from connection. We're going to reach one arm behind us so it is on the roller. You're going to keep yourself grounded through your sit bones on the mat. So we're almost kind of thinking of a diagonal, the arm reaching behind, other arm reaching up and out. There's my movement, and I'm going to just hinge back. So notice I keep a straight spine and come right back in. Now this is where if you have the towel, it may just slide. You may want to just put your hand on the floor, she says. There we go. I have two more. Hopefully you can see I'm getting a little further each time. Working in to that shoulder. Good. I'm going to come down. I'm going to take my reach to the other side. Just going to move that head cushion. So reach to the other side. Arm on the diagonal. Well done. Come back. Bring that roller in a little closer. Those hands are just behind, so I've got my fingers facing forwards, and I'm just kind of having a little press down. Press down to lift into my bottom and lower. I want to feel my shoulder blades slide down my back as I lift up. Good. Now have active legs. If your legs are just kind of lying on the mat, switched off, then your arms are going to be working super hard, okay? So the thought of kind of squeezing the legs together, having those legs energized, working into your bottom to squeeze and lift is going to make life much easier for your arms. Everything is working, core, legs, as we lift and lower. Good, we're going for one last one. And we are lowering all the way back down. And we're going to pop our elbows on the roller. So we're in a bit of a reclined position. Good, we're going to keep an elbow pressing down. It's our anchor as we reach up and out with the other side. So coming into a bit of rotation. Bring it back, place it on. Coming across, finding the reach. Both elbows on for that moment. How are we going here, folks? Good. Finding our reach. We're doing one last one. work. Okay. We're going to bring those arms back, stretching into the shoulders, press out and lengthening back up. Nice work. Okay, so this time let's slide the roller out. Let's bring ourselves down onto the mat. We started with the roller across our mid-back. Now let's take it across our pelvis. So to bring ourselves into position, and just coming down, lifting up through the bottom and having that roller in place. Now, plenty of room. So you don't want to make sure that the roller's not kind of half on, half off the mat in terms of its position. You want to feel that it is across the pelvis. And I put the head cushion in, but actually now that I'm here, I don't feel like I want it. I feel like it lifts my head too high. So this helps me keep a much better length. It feels more comfortable for me. So take a moment to assess what works for you. Perhaps you want one, and that's absolutely fine. Okay, so we're just checking in with our position. Good, we're lifted through the pelvis. Now I want you to have a little tuck of the pelvis, and hopefully you can see that I'm thinking about drawing my pelvis towards my face, so taking my pubic bone up towards the belly button and around it, that roller move. Now as I think about arcing it away, and I feel that I'm increasing the arch in my back, I'm going to hold my t-shirt tight so you can see. So there's my tuck, rounding, and my arcing, and my tuck, and my rounding. If it doesn't work for you in your roller, slide it out. Just come back to your pelvic tilt, a movement that you're well familiar with. It's just often nice to do it with something underneath your pelvis. It helps create that space, perhaps helps you find and feel the movement more. So I'm beginning to feel a bit of a stretch down through the front of my thighs here as I work into range. Good. And then we're going to set our mid position, so feel that we're neither arched nor tilted, but we're in that mid position. I'm going to put my hands just to the front of my pelvis, give myself some feedback. I'm going to float one leg into tabletop, lowering it back down, floating that second side. So just the way we took one shoulder blade off the roller and the other shoulder blade kept it anchored here, we're kind of, although we lift a leg, nothing changes at the pelvis. The pelvis stays as our anchor. Good. And on this next one, let's pause with the leg lifted. Good. Breath in as we breathe out, connect a little deeper, slide, scoop, and bring that second leg up so you're in the double tabletop position. Let's just hold here. Let's notice that increased work on our body. As we work through the abdominals, we're looking to see that we can maintain our pelvic position, that we haven't kind of increased tension in our neck area. We're still feeling that we're quite relaxed, no bearing down inside, and that we feel that we can maintain that position of our spine. We haven't tilted. Good. Okay, so this time we're going to tap down. Notice that I'm opening through the thigh, bring it back up, so it's our version of scissors. Opening and back. Now the roller should feel like it's staying firmly in place because nothing is changing at your pelvis. This is all work through the hip joint. Slow and steady. Good. We're going for 4, 3, 2, and that's 1. We're pausing, those both legs are lifted. lifted. I'm going to bring my hands to the roller and I'm going to draw my knees to my chest. So allowing me to round and just find a bit more range than what I would find if the roller wasn't there. So although I could draw my knees to my chest, I probably wouldn't be able to get up this far. So allowing my back just to stretch, holding that roller. And this is where the towel works quite well for this as well, just holding in place. Now we're going to do a bit of long lever work with the legs, a variation of our bicycle. So staying in this rounded position, holding the roller in place, we're beginning to open through one leg. Toes just reach the floor, they're going to scoop and they're going to come towards me, which case the other leg begins to reach and we're scooping. Yeah? Legs. Sliding just along the floor, opening out through those legs. For 2 and 1. Drawing both knees back in, knees to chest, rounding, see if you can come a little further. Left. Making yourself as small as you can possibly be, knees dropping to chest. Let's open one leg, back out. Let's open the second leg, back out. Well done. We're going to lift up, we're going to come off the roller. We're going to have it just underneath those knees and underneath the backs of the legs. It's in place. So wherever kind of sits comfortably, back of the thighs, back of the knees, so we're a little bit lifted. We're going to see if we can just bring in those arms, so reaching back overhead, scooping those arms around. Good. Now you can see that my legs have just kind of relaxed over the roller. It's a nice position to feel that the legs are supported, but I want some energy in the legs. So I'm going to bring them back parallel, I'm going to press them down into the roller, and I want some power in these arms as well. So as I reach, and as I pull around, I'm thinking about pulling my upper body up. See if I can roll all the way. Good. Let's see if I can roll down, open out, and scoop and roll back up. Now folks, if that doesn't work for you, that's absolutely fine. You're going to see where you can roll through, so perhaps you can roll to look up and look at your knees, and then roll back down again. So reinforce that good movement pattern. If you can come all the way up, do so. And we'll pause. Right. Okay, so we've had the roller as a strip across our upper back, we've had it as a strip across our pelvis. Now we're going to have it as a line along our back. So I'm going to put it lengthways on my mat, so it's fully on the mat. I'm going to lift up so that I'm sitting perched on the end. So there's that rounded position that we just had when we were on our back and we had those knees kind of drop into our chest. Now we can kind of drop our chest to our knees and just pause here. Feel that rounding, that stretch in the back. And then we can kind of open up, sit up tall. And we're going to think about rolling down, which we've done a lot of already, but this time the stakes are high. We're rolling down on to the strip of roller behind us. Now if you're feeling a bit unsteady, use your hands either side of you. Otherwise use your hands in front. And you're going to tap under and you're going to begin to lay yourself down on the mat. So I'm taking it slowly. Going all the way down. So perhaps you used your hands, that's fine. I want you to feel secure as you do that, no crash landings. And then just take a moment to kind of organize yourself when you get down. So you're feeling the roller underneath that tailbone, you're feeling it at the back of the head, and then there's probably various points in between that you feel it on, depending on the curves of your spine. So usually we have an inward curve at the base of our neck, so I can quite comfortably get my hand in there. And that curve is mirrored by that inward curve in the low back, and I can get my hand in there, feeling connected through that upper back onto the roller. So in your mind, you can see just the gentle kind of curves of your spine, how you connect. Good. I'm going to take my hands to the side, so give myself a little support. I'm going to think about my foot position. So I'm deliberately going to bring my feet together. Makes me really quite narrow. And keep my heels together, turn my toes out, bring my heels out in line. So there's me in my parallel position. Now if I'm still feeling a little unsteady in this, I'm thinking, oh no, what's she going to make me do next? Take your feet a little wider. Okay? So I don't want you lying here stressing and worrying about balance. So the wider feet will help keep you a bit more supported. Get hands just on the floor lightly. Okay, so we're building just our sense of awareness, letting ourselves adapt to the roller, feeling those collarbones open wide, aware of the connection of the roller to our back. So breath in as we breathe out, let's float one arm up towards the ceiling. So we've taken away support on one side, nothing should change. Breath in as we breathe out, take that second arm up. Again, feeling supported, nothing should change. If you begin to feel a bit wobbly, take those feet a little wider. We're going to explore our arm circles again, knowing that we have a bit more range available to us, but we only want to go there if our shoulders are happy and if we can maintain that trunk position, so scooping around. So reaching back, I can kind of go beyond, have that stretch, and reach around. So my shoulders are quite comfortable and happy to do that, but more importantly, what I want to check in is that my ribs stay down. So I'm going to hold here. So if you feel as your arm comes back, and if you take it here quite comfortable in your shoulder, but you feel that you begin to arc off the roller, you know you've lost the tummy connection. So we need to keep that press to allow us to feel that that's what we're working. So don't sacrifice control for the sake of range. Good. And our last one. Nice work. Pause. Let those arms just rest for a moment. We're going to work a little bit of diagonal. So I'm going to reach one arm, just like we're doing the back stroke. And as we reach it behind us, we're going to turn our head and look to see where it reaches. Good. Okay, we're bringing it back. We're bringing our head back. We're going to do the same on that second side. Sweep it back. Finding light through the arm and back. Now, I find it quite comfortable to connect that left arm to the floor, but my right arm didn't make landfall the last time. Let's see if it does this time. Feeling a bit tighter to do so, but managed it. This is our last one each side. I have to work a bit harder to get it down, but I can do. And bring it back. Nice work. Now we're going to start to work with our legs. So your hands will give you more support, or your arms will give you more balance support the wider they are. So by all means, start wide so that you feel like you're in control, and then you can begin to bring them in and challenge yourself. Okay. So we want to have no tension, we want to keep them just nice, relaxed, resting on the floor. So breath in, as I breathe out, I'm going to float one leg into tabletop. Okay. I'm going to lower it back, and I'm going to float that second side. So we'll work just alternating as we did previously. So if you feel as you lift the leg that your arms suddenly definitely work harder, particularly on the other side. You know that you've just shifted that weight across. So you're aiming to be able to lift the leg and nothing actually changes. But the work is happening in your center, you have that control. So keep mindful as we work to do this. And you might feel that it's much easier to lift one side compared to the other. I feel like I've got to think more when I go to lift right side, left side even. Okay, on this next one, we'll move one leg lifted. Let's keep it lifted. Breath in as we breathe out. Let's slide, scoop, and bring that second leg up. So we're now a double tabletop. Remember, it's just a suggestion. If it doesn't work for you, keep one leg down. Don't feel that you've got to stay in this position for the same length of time as me either. So we're checking in that we've maintained the curve in our pelvis, that we're not bearing down internally, and that we haven't built up tension in other parts of our body. Feels good. Okay, so let's pause and just hold, thinking about breathing. Good. Could we lighten our hand connections to the floor? So we're checking in that we're not totally reliant on those for balance. Good. Could we work into our scissor, tapping one leg down? Remember, it's a hip movement. Nothing changes at the pelvis. We're opening through the front of the thigh. Good. Tapping 4, 3, 2, 1. We're in that split position. I can feel my abdominals decreasing their workload. They're quite happy about that. I'm going to bring that second leg down. And again, that effort decreases. I breathe out, my abdominals breathe out. Oh, and we have a bit of recovery. Good work. So this time, let's come off the roller. Okay, now in terms of coming off, it's just about subtly rolling yourself off to one side. So the roller comes out. I should have gone the other way so the roller wasn't in view. Good, and it always feels, I think, lovely to come down onto the mat after being on that hard surface. So just pausing, we haven't actually laid flat in the whole of the class yet. So just take a moment to kind of appreciate those shoulder blades connecting onto the mat, the ribs, the pelvis. I'm going to put my hands at the front of the pelvis. I'm going to revisit my pelvic tilt. So feel how drawing that pubic bone up, feeling my back round, tipping away, feeling my back arch. Feeling my feet staying light on the floor. So a base movement, but doing it with a bit more appreciation, a bit more awareness. Feeling the deep connections, not pushing through the feet. Just taking the opportunity to just loosen off through the back. Okay, let's have a change of scene. Let's come over onto our side. So I'm going to roll. And I'm going to put my legs on the roller. I'm going to stack my legs, one on top of the other. I'm going to be right on the edge of the pelvis, and I've folded my head cushion and popped it in between my ear. Now, find where the roller is comfortable for you. So if it's right on your ankle bone, it isn't going to be, okay. And if it's if it's higher up on your shin, so depending perhaps on muscle tightness, there might be points where it doesn't feel particularly comfortable. So it's at that lower leg somewhere, okay, which is a comfortable point for you. Okay, so I'm on my side, I'm lengthening, I'm lifted, there's the gap, yeah. Okay, I'm going to keep one leg anchoring the roller, the other leg is going to lift and lower. And as I lift, I want to keep the space here between my ribs and my pelvis. I can bring this hand in front if I feel that I need that balance support. To have that sense of awareness as I lift and lower. Good. So on this next one, I'm going to pause with my leg lifted and I'm going to create a little rainbow arc. So I'm going to come forward, toes, back, heel. Doesn't have to necessarily touch. So rolling the thigh bone, if you like, inward as it comes forward, rolling the thigh bone up and outward as I come back, but making sure I don't roll at the pelvis in order to find and achieve. Okay, wanting to find the roll in the hip joint. Good. And our last one. And we'll bring it back and we'll stay stacked. Okay, so this time we're going to lift both legs. Breath in as we breathe out, we're hovering and lowering. Roller might move. You might discover your floor is not totally level. Good. 3, 2, oh, last one, and lower. Great. Okay, so this time let's take our legs off the roller, bend them up, good, and let's use our hands, just push up. So push up, come up into the side sit position, grab your roller before it rolls away. So side sit, so I'm stacked. And a bit of a challenge position really to stay balanced in. And it's almost like I've got to kind of rotate and I can get my back hand on the roller, my front hand doesn't quite reach. And I'm just going to come a little, I'm holding those legs in, having a little roll. Pause. So this time widen that position so to open those legs out so that we come into that split sit. You maybe feel that you can get a bit more rotation happening. Still can't get all the way around. That's fine. I'm going to roll. So I'm just kind of having wound up through the hip. Pause. I'm going to unwind, take those legs out into that V-sit. Now I can spiral and reach the roller. I want to keep both sit bones on the floor. ourselves up for that leg work again. So again, just finding where you're comfortable, how you're orientated. I'm comfortable in my legs this time, but not, I've got that mat digging in. So now am I still on screen? Yes, I'm still on screen, that's better. Okay, good. So feeling balanced. Hands in front for that light connection. Should you feel you need it, lengthen into the waist, lift into the underneath waist. Okay, fix your trousers if need be. And then pause down, lower leg pressing onto the roller to give you that stable base to allow you to lift from. Good. On this next one, pause. This is where we're working our hip. So we're rolling the thigh bone in as we come forward. So it's like the toes would connect first. We're rolling our thigh bone up and out. So it's like the heel. Good. How are we going? Working into our bottom to rotate. Good. Last one. Level those legs. Pause. Okay. Are we ready to lift both legs? Not sure I am, but we'll give it a go. So breath in. Use your out breath. Told you I wasn't sure I was ready. This is the non-demo side, folks, that I'm having to demo on. Okay, breath in. Use the out breath. Oh, it's not happening for me today. Good. I'm sure you're doing a better job than I am. So breath in. Use the out breath. See if you can lift both legs. Are you with me? Are you doing it? Good. In my head I'm doing it. Good. We're lifting both legs off that roller. This is a case of doing what I say but not as I do, because I'm keeping both legs on the roller. So breath in as we breathe out, we're lifting and lowering. We have two more. Good. And lowering back down. So I'm sure you all did a better job than me. I'm listening to my body. The left side of my back is not happy as I go to lift those two legs, and it usually is my harder side. So I did it, joined you in spirit, still find the leg connection, didn't quite lift. Okay, so this time I'm folding my legs, coming off the roller, and I'm pressing up to come into a side sit. Good. So I've really got to kind of get my weight on top of the hip, hand on the roller, aiming to rotate. There's my leg. Just a little rock back and forth. Okay, nice to come out of that. Open those legs, give them a bit of a reprieve into that split sit. that doesn't work for you, just come straight to the Y sit or the V sit, the legs out in front. So this is a kind of a graded process. So again, I can't spiral enough to connect, but I can aim to reach. Good. Feels good to unwind and come out of that position into that V sit. Want to have my sit bones level on the mat. I can now reach. I'm going to work to rotate. Nice work. Oh, good. Back, center. Okay, so this time we're going to do a little bit of work over on our tummy. Guys, if you're working with a rolled up towel, it's not obviously going to have the same rolliness, but you can perhaps slide it depending on your floor surface. If it feels like too much of a faff, then just work without a roller, hands directly on the floor. I'm going to bring the roller around, I'm going to come over onto my tummy. Remember, the pillow underneath can be quite useful to remind you that it is a tummy exercise. Okay, so I'm going to look down at the floor. I'm going to have my hands on the roller, my head is between them, and I'm just pausing there. So I want to think about my shoulder blades. I'm going to bring my shoulder blades up towards my ears, and I'm going to take them down away from my ears. So shoulder blades up, shoulder blades down, up, down, up, down. Notice I'm not bending my elbow. The work is in the muscles of my back. Okay, so this time up. As I pull down, I'm going to continue to pull down and see if I can begin to lift that upper back. And lowering down, find the reach, pulling down, down to lengthen. So I'm pressing my hands into the roller. I'm working through my bottom. It's my anchor for my back. Allowing me to pull down towards it. We have 2 more. Oh, well done. Lowering back down, nice work. Okay, bit of a stretch at the shoulders. So you're going to bring those hands one just on top of the other. Whichever hand's on top, you're going to open and look under. Look back at the floor. So we're always looking to the same side. Good. Pause. Change the hands around. So hand that's on top, and you're drawing the shoulder blade back to look under. Well then, come back level. Leave the roller where it is, take those hands off, bring them back by your shoulders, and let's just press up. in front. Use it to have a little bit of a movement through the spine. So my hands are on it, my bottom's back on my heels, and I'm reaching. Just want to find some length. I'm going to make this an active cat. So as I pull the roller towards me, I'm coming up tall. I'm going to stack. Then I'm going to roll down, send my bottom back, reach forwards, pull it back in, up tall. So rolling. In and out of our kneeling position, in and out of a roll. And one last one. Nice work. Okay. So this time, we're going to have that roller on the floor, hands on it, so they are the anchor. You want to have mats behind you, so I'm actually going to bring my roller just off a little bit. So my hands on it, I'm going to reach one leg out behind, feel that I am in control, bring it back in, reach that second leg out behind, bring it back in. So think of it like a one leg stretch. Lots to be aware of here with our wrist position, our head and neck position. Remember, you can swap the roller out, just have your hands on the floor. Now on this next one leg out, breath in as you breathe out. Can you slide, scoop, and take that second leg out? Good. So we're in that bridge position, plank position. We're squeezing into the bottom, those hips forward. We're pressing down in the roller, bring one leg in, one leg in. Good. You want to work and release through the wrists, and it's quite nice. You can see that drop on my bottom, pushing the roller away, rounding into the wrists, coming back up, setting myself up in position. I'm going to reach, I'll do it the opposite way around this time. So one long leg, breath in as I breathe out, second leg, finding my position, holding, leg in, drop my bottom back, arcing into the wrists. Opening back up, so those hands underneath the shoulders, we're lengthening through one leg. Breath in as we breathe out. We're lengthening through that second leg, holding the plank. A strength position, a loaded position. Coming back in, bottom back, offload the wrists. We've got one last one. Remember which way round, which leg I did first. It's all gone out the window. If you can remember, you did a better job than me. Just alternate, breath in, use that out breath. Second leg, there's my plank. Think of the relationship of the ribs with the pelvis, hands underneath the shoulders, breastbone lifted. Stepping in, bottom down. Release the wrists. Well done, folks. Strength movement bring us close to our finish. So this time, having the roller in front, I'm going to just tuck my toes under, press down, roll back,
So I have that roller just in front of me and able to just rest in it. I want to feel I'm pushing my feet into the floor, my hands into the roller, and I'm lifting that belly button up and in towards my spine. Good. I'm going to keep the weight back on my heels, lighten on the roller, and stack back up. Good. Standing tall. I'm going to nod my chin. I'm going to roll down. I'm reaching the side of my head down towards the roller. Hands make land fall first. Bending the knees, bending the arms as the crown of the head reaches. Lengthening into the legs, lengthening into the arms. Tucking my tail. Stacking. Back up. Let's do one last one. Tucking. Rounding. Bending knees, bending arms, crown of head reaching as we stretch down. Lengthening legs, lengthening arms. Feeling that connection in the belly that draws us all the way up. Standing tall, those shoulders down away from our ears, those collarbones open and wide. Aware of the curves in our spine that we've explored by that roller being in different points of connection, and aware of the great job that our abdominals do and those back muscles do. Okay. Excellent, folks. I hope you've enjoyed that. It's given you the scope and the opportunity to explore how your body moves. Maybe like me, you found a few bits that just aren't so happy this morning. You need to give them a bit of TLC. I'm away to put a wheat bag in the microwave and get a bit of heat on those muscles that weren't so happy. Have a great week. See you soon. Bye.